Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm in my Ram Panzer and Drewski is in his E100. Got a nice little screenshot to start the game off. Alright. We are on Mountain Pass Summer Encounter Battle. We are 2 of 4 tier 10s on our team, and it's a lot of just like 8s playing this round. So what we like to do on Mountain Pass is get down into I2 choke. However, Encounter Battle makes it a little bit different. The middle is probably a little bit more active. And in the Ram Panzer, what I want to try to do is spot across here without getting lit. So I'm going to use my vision circle. And surprisingly, I spot a T-light and he doesn't spot me. So I'm going to push a little bit deeper since he's in the dip. And I'm going to time this so once he comes out of the dip, he's not even going to see me. Do a little handbrake. Now what I want to do is just get set up to a point where I'm going to be able to shoot him if he overcommits here. And I thought he was going to come up higher. So I kind of know how high he's coming up. I'm going to get ready here. Didn't realize the mountains stuck out that far, so I didn't quite see him there. And there I get a shot. Hit him for 269, and we're going to get started. It's just a little poke, so he's got a lot of health left. He can try to keep spotting. And then somebody hammers him. I put another shot into him. And now he's pretty much down to a 1 shot. So once I get undetected, I'm going to try to get out there and put him down and do it quickly. Now, a lot of people would say this is a bad play, and to me, it's, I guess, I'm risking health to take out their spotter, and I missed my shot, but I get a nice handbrake, and I know to use these rocks to try and get away. So it's going to save me a lot of health, but then my heavies kind of pushed me out, and I don't take any more damage for it, even though they made me go the long way around. Alright, so what's the plan now? Well, now since their eyeballs are poked out, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to snipe them poking since they can't see me. And they're going to start capping. So really this is like the smallest German tank, tier 10. And Drewski's in arguably the biggest one. I guess the mouse is about the same size, but hence the name David and Goliath of the video. And we fulfilled 2 different roles on our team. Normally we try to match each other so we can support each other in the same choke or whatnot. But this one we decided to go 2 separate routes. So he took super heavy and I took scout. And that's just kind of give us more flexibility. Now this E75 is coming up. So I'm going to do the same thing I did to the T-light. And if he pulls up, I'm just going to get nice shots into his side. He pulls up too high, my shell goes into the dirt. And he was even higher than the T-light was. Obviously, like, his silhouette sticks up a little bit higher. So I'm kind of irritated the fact that he got lucky. Not to mention that I shot 2 heat rounds at his lower plate from across the valley and they didn't pen. So I see that I have 1 tank left, my Action 10 in the south, along with this Patton here. So I tried to give him a little bit of support. Alright, so now we're just going to evacuate. It's getting way too hairy. Drewski's over here. I have to push out a flank, but I'm not 100% sure which one I should push out. Let's see if I can get a shot onto that tortoise. Drewski slaps him with an HE round, and now he backs up, which allows me the time to come here. Now there's a medium tank underneath me, so he proxy spots me. The tortoise knows that I'm coming. So as I come around here, I'm guessing that he was aimed at me, and he kind of was. I get high up there, and I pretty much had a red reticle looking at the top of his head, but unfortunately I slid, which dropped my shell below, hit his actual armor. He panicked, shot a shell into the mountain, and then I turn around and realize that this low has been sitting here. I mean, he's just looking at their low, but he could have saved their tortoise's life if he hits me and the tortoise hits me, but he wasn't paying attention, which is fine with me. All right, so now what I'm thinking is I'm going to have shots across the valley. There's 2 heavy tanks at E3. I'll be able to shoot them right up the butt from back here. Unfortunately, once I come out here, I'm spotted and detected, so I look up and there's a T-34 that came around the corner. I thought he was on the other side of the hill, and maybe he was and he just came out, but whatever. He chose to die, so that's great for him. I'm going to go in behind him. He's not going to pay attention to me. He already got a shot on me, so he's going to try to run away from me, which is laughable since he's a heavy tank. And now I'm going to get shots up their butt. So I can see the ISM, shut him down. Their E5 shuts down our Chrysler. We're losing 9-10. Now I don't want to poke the ridge that they've been poking. You can see how ineffective it is. Like, it's good for spotting for your team, but you have to trade hit points for it, and I only have 571 hit points, so I don't really want to trade in that situation. Drewski and I start talking about whether we should cap at this point, since our Conway's up in C2. He can get shots into the back of them, but I realize the E100's going for the Conway, so I can try to help Conway out by getting up on the E100 side and getting shots into him. I feel like I do make a misplay here. I get greedy for damage. I pen the side of his turret, and he was climbing up the hill. I could have tracked him there, and me and the Conway probably could have killed him together, which is also going to put us in a tight situation at the end, and maybe I will regret that. Alright, so the E100, his main focus is just on me right now. So I'm not going to go fight an E100. Now, had I closed the distance there, I might have thought about it, but I wasn't sure where the other heavy tank was because I just wasn't paying attention. So now I'm going to head south. Drewski's working that ridgeline now. So I see the 5100 has 90 hit points, and the E5 is tucked away to his right. And E5 has 1,000 hit points. But Drew slaps a shell in there. Now he's down to 256. They have no idea I'm coming, and I'm going to use this dead tank to kind of scoot across here, shut the 50 hundo down, a little handbrake, turn around, and I'm just going to sit here until I'm undetected. Drewski's got some health, so he's going to start pushing on that E5. And the E5's got to make a decision. E5 bounces off Drewski. I try to get a shot into his lower plate, but Drewski pulls up to block, and Drewski's HE round gets absorbed into his track. So now what I want to do is just make sure I'm on the side, and I think that little bump messed up my shot, and I shot over the top of his engine deck, or like skipped my shell across it, which is pretty annoying. And had he stayed behind Drewski, he probably would have survived that, maybe. He would have been able to sneak out and get a shot into me. I'm not sure what his mindset was or his thought process was. So the other heavy dies, and now it's pretty much just this E100. And I'm not spotted, so I was thinking about just like rushing in behind him. But once again, Drewski has hit points, so I don't really want to throw this game. And the only way he's going to kill Drewski with one shell is by like lighting him on fire or ammo racking him. Chance of that happening is pretty rare. Plus, after he shoots, I'm going to be able to get behind him, and there's not much more he's going to be able to do. So Drewski gets shot in, I come around the corner, throw a heat shell into his side. We take the game down. And what kind of looked hairy and a little out of control ended up being a nice victory for us. Notice I had one heat shell and 5 HEs left. Not many times do you run out of ammunition in this tank, but when I was in the middle, I was throwing shells away at tier 9 and 8, and they were not hitting where they were supposed to be going. So unfortunately, I did lose 40,000, but I got 7 kills, 3,700 damage, only 300 assists, but that's really not a great spotting map. And then Drewski locks down 4,200 with 1 kill, so between us we got 8 kills, over half their team. Pretty much 9k damage, and this T-32 got more XP than him because he's a tier 8, and he was more impactful than Drewski was. So what do they have on their team? Well, their heavies that pushed, their E5 did 3,500 damage. Their other E5 did 3,500 damage. Their E75 did 2,600 damage. And their T-34 did 2,400 damage. And really that's about it. Their E100 was just pulling down kills left and right, but he was shooting at weak targets. So that's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out my Twitch channel if you would follow that, please. And I will catch you in the next video.